I can't believe they gave me a microphone. I'm Elizabeth's father, and welcome to Elizabeth and Nathaniel's big day. They have, as well as all of us, have been waiting and planning for this for a while. I'm glad you could come and share this time with all of us. Nathaniel, welcome to the Long Family Circus. I am sure you will step right up and become part of the show. We are glad you are here and committed to the challenge. To Elizabeth, my daughter, congratulations on your marriage and the start of your new family. May God bless this marriage and all our loved ones, no matter where they are. So thank you all for coming to this celebration. Let's relax and continue to have a good time.
Thank you, Joel.
Okay, hey there, everybody. Those of you who don't know me, I'm Melissa, also known as the Maid of Honor, sister of the bride. It's my day today, contrary to popular belief. Yeah, so we're only a year and a half apart, so I really got to grow up with a built-in friend and partner in crime. There were some hard moments, sure, as there are with all siblings, as I'm sure sibling people out here know. But there were also some really fun parts of like having someone to go on adventuring with, on family vacations with, play in the snow with every time there was enough on the ground. As I was thinking about some different stories, there was just this one time, I don't remember how old she was, she just went out into the backyard, dug up a worm. Our mom was giving a piano lesson. She shook some salt on it and just down the hatch real quick. Then she swings open the patio doors like, "Mom, I just ate a worm." She's in the middle of a piano lesson. It's great. There was also another time we had a tree house and we had a pulley and we thought it would be a great idea to put the pulley through one of our neighbor's belt loops and just lift him on up. It wasn't one of our finest ideas, but we had a great time. What else? Yeah, I think those were the funnest stories. She also taught me how to ride a bike, so props to her for that. It was such a blessing and a gift to always have someone to be with, and I never felt alone because I had you. And then I went to college, but still every time I came home, you were around. And then you moved out. So that was a little sad, but also right and great and needed to happen. And then COVID hit and I was in college and they sent everyone home. And that really was the first time in my life where I was home and you weren't there. And it wasn't like we could see each other because the world was shutting down, but it felt like something was missing because you weren't there. Something else I really saw in you as we grew up was resilience. You faced a lot of stuff, but even as wave after wave after wave tried to keep you down, you kept getting back up and fighting for the life and for the things that you wanted. And I saw this resilience, too, as you started dating Nathaniel. They both went to different colleges and were both in tough programs and lived far apart, an hour, but when you have hard classes and stuff, that's far. They would spend weekend after weekend sleeping over at each other's houses just so they could be together. And then COVID happened, and instead of letting that be something that separated you, it brought you together with them moving in together, and that was really great. And then you were met with the challenge of patience with having a long engagement. But the resilience and patience paid off, and will continue to pay off as you both together walk into this new life that the Lord has for you as one flesh. And so now, as you enter into this new stage of life, I'm so hopeful and excited for you both, for the life you'll build together, and for the ways that your relationship will deepen as you face and overcome challenges together, and as you walk into new stages and seasons. I'm going to say it right now, guys. I'm excited to be an aunt. What can I say? I'm also excited to see the ways that your love for each other will help you to glimpse the immeasurable depth of love that the Lord has for both of you. I'm excited for what this means for us, as in my individual relationships with each of you. Nathaniel, you're wonderful. Great to have a brother, finally. And I'm excited to get to know you now as family. And Elizabeth, I'm excited to get to know you now as a married woman and see how our longtime sisterhood grows and deepens as you embark on this new journey. So I love you both and congratulate you. Let's give it up for Mr. and Mrs. Netsnick, everybody.
Thank you, Melissa. Well said.
Hi. In case you did not just hear, my name is Ryan Gleason. Yeah, and I've known Nathaniel since we were both in the 6th grade. You can do the math on that one. Nathaniel and Liz. I still find it funny how I'll always use Nathaniel's full name and I will abbreviate Elizabeth. I don't know. Anyway, I know typically there's the inclusion of some embarrassing or funny story to mess with the bride and groom. And while I might not share one about Nathaniel right now, maybe one of the other groomsmen or the bridesmaids can do that job for me. Or maybe you can just ask me afterwards. Nathaniel, we have been through some stuff. Not to start on a dark note, but there is a clear distinction between who we were in high school and who we are now. Nathaniel and I met when we were in the 6th grade together, and from 7th grade on, I would say we became great, if not best friends. We shared lunches, stories, absolutely ludicrous table conversations. Again, you can ask me after if you're curious. We honestly had a lot of good times when we first got to know each other. Then there was high school. I'll say no more. But I just ask both of you to take a look around now. Nathaniel, we've come a long way from high school. We have seen a lot of dark times together and have both shared days where the seconds just crawled at a snail's pace. However, I don't remind you of these things to discourage you, but rather to remind you of how far you've come. You have come a long way from those dark and scary times in grade school, and you've had people to support you all this time. Okay. I'm not supposed to be doing this right now. Hold up. And I am so blessed to have been chosen to be your friend throughout all these years. And now, God has given you the blessing of a woman who will walk beside you and bring you encouragement like no one else on earth can. Proverbs 18:22. He who finds a wife finds what is good and receives favor from the Lord. And Liz, I haven't known you as long, but I have known you to take care of him. In fact, the entirety of the time since I've known you, you have taken to him and not let go. Every time I've seen you two, I can only picture the way you've looked at him, and I will say, he is so amazingly blessed to have a woman like you so head over heels for him. Continue to take care of him. And I pray that every day you two can wake up in praise and awe and utter gratitude for the part God has given you in each other's lives. This is one of the most beautiful days, if not the most beautiful day of your lives. You will have many amazing, fun, joyful, exciting days in your lives together. And there will be some days that are not as great. There will be days that are even downright heartbreaking. But this day we celebrate gladly. And what greater joy is there to celebrate than the union of such as you? There we go. Cherish this moment right now. God knows there are very few like it. To Nathaniel and Elizabeth Netsnick.
Thank you, Ryan.